Will Smith said, yo, you gotta fail in order to understand what you did wrong, in order to know how to do it. If you never fail, then bro, you can't succeed because you don't know how to succeed because you don't know how to fail. So if I don't know what not to do, how can I know what to do?
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build the game.
What?
I can't talk sense into Alyssa.
Like yourself in a positive light. More positive light. Glowing. Stay drunk, y'all. Yay. Oh. Yeah. So this is gonna be the
No, that's not happening.
Of the ASMR segment of the Dirty Drunk Podcast.
I remember
we doing
something.
After hours.
We doing an ASMR. Maybe I should go get like some chips or something.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please. Don't do that.
You
want to see me have rage?
Like hold the microphone like this.
Is it PTSD from the chip?
Alright, are we good? I think we're good.
If you can laugh at you guys. I choked on a chip and lost my voice this
I
weekend.
think we're good.
Oh, you told me about that?
She told me.
Okay.
Alright, that sounds like a very fun story to tell on the podcast.
This is a podcast.
We ready?
We already started, I think.
We gotta do the intro. Do we gotta do clap?
We missing something. What is the little Doppler little?
I don't have a second screen, so I can't do that.
Come on, Audacity.
Audacity.
Do we do that? We don't do Audacity.
I have it.
We had it last week.
Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
I
Cool.
swear it was sitting right there.
It would be on the second screen.
You talking about the sound waves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do that because that screen isn't hooked up.
Ready?
I should fix that.
You got this.
Give me 1 second.
Please
Don't die.
So, we're having technical difficulties right now. We're gonna.
Shut up, Marcus.
And now we are
No.
back. Episode 82, everybody.
I was actually thinking about like a slumber party episode, but I don't have pajamas.
I do.
Got shorts.
Yeah, I don't have pajamas. I don't sleep in
I have my
clothes.
Christmas ones.
Got shorts.
I never owned a pair of pajamas.
Shorts. You have shorts.
Are we gonna be one of those families?
Shorts.
Are we gonna be one of those families with the matching pajamas?
I hope not.
Oh,
Hey, some of them have swag. Some of them pretty dope. Like the ones we saw at the mall at Christmas time.
I gotta sit back because
I was at the mall during Christmas time.
It was
That
like
sounds
before
dangerous.
Christmas.
that sounds like something that you should forget.
That was. I think it was way before COVID. Not really way before.
Oh, you was at the mall. I was at Burlington. Remember, it was like pajama day, and I had to participate.
had to.
Manager Loren wanted to. It was a girl thing. I don't know.
Was that the? Oh yeah, I remember that. That was around the time when Liz was still there.
All I know, we had reindeer ear and.
I remember like coming through the building one time and seeing Liz like hiding in one of the aisles, like trying to put a leprechaun hat on, and it was too big, so she was like it came down to like her neck.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty
didn't
Drunk
clap.
Podcast.
Marcus, why you ain't clap? If I clap, I might fall out the seat.
Jesus.
Sideways.
Sideways. Why don't we?
Shut up.
We need
I'm
a
sorry.
clapper.
We need one.
I never bought one. All right,
Just one.
y'all taking control of this episode.
Alrighty.
Backseat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Here with me as always, D. Aaron Mack. And we are back again with another one with our lovely ladies.
With our lovely ladies.
Yeah.
So you ain't
Alright.
gonna say my name?
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing again Coco and Alyssa.
Alright.
All right, now that we got that out the way.
So, how has everyone's day been? Or we? Well, no, it's because we're in like the middle of
Let's
the week.
talk about the week.
A week?
Let's talk
Okay.
about the weeks from podcast to podcast.
My week is pretty good. You know, we got beat out. we got beat. We said that we were going to put the book out for pre-order, and it's just a lot of things hitting us left and right that, you know, it's just a lack of knowledge and a lack of experience that is like, it's showing. And we're taking the time to
Put it out the right way.
to revel in the fact that there's nobody looking at the moment. Because if they really were and they saw the inconsistencies, bro, my brand is done. So yeah, I know I said recently that we would be putting out something for the book to be set up for pre-order on. So we said that the book would be set up for pre-order on March the 31st, and when I had the application up and we were about to do it, but you couldn't, like on Amazon, you can't put books up for pre-order, like paperback book. You can't put paperback books up for pre-order on Amazon. You can only do ebooks. So that would have put our whole plan on the shelf, because we absolutely had to have both the paperback and the ebook up, so we couldn't just do one. And yeah, it messed the whole process up, man. So we got beat out, but it's all good. We're still looking for a launch sometime this month, hopefully within the next few days, if corporate America releases its clutch on us, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, you know, it is what it is, man. We just rolling with the punches and taking it like it is, man.
I mean, totally understandable. It's not like it's not coming out.
Yeah. It's just taking a little longer than expected, right?
It happens.
But we couldn't expect nothing because we didn't know nothing.
True. So it's like just wishful thinking, you know.
Right.
No, that's good. What about us?
What
about you? You tell us.
Me and group you said.
Finally got the final piece to my studio. Yes, so it's complete. It's fully, well, not fully, but it's complete to the point where there's no excuses why games aren't being made. So
that's all it is, man. That's what it's all about, man. Cut away all the excuses. Every reason in front of you as to why you can't do something, just attack that and don't do nothing else but attack that, man. That's all this about, man.
And now I want to build my desk in there now.
For your puzzles and other things.
I still want that computer that's built. Like everything
inside the bit.
Yeah, everything in me is saying like, yo, you got to do that. You got enough space to do that now. You ain't got no excuse now. But if I build it, it won't fit out the door.
Well, we can just
You got to build it in sections.
put it.
Maybe.
I mean, I could build it in the room and just like take the roof off when we move in it, or like throw it out the window.
Well,
Install a French door sort of situation in the office.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Have dual access to the backyard.
Ooh.
Put a back door in the studio.
Yeah,
It could help.
quick access.
Yeah.
Actually, this whole everything that y'all seeing right now is just a facade. All that's about to be restructured in the next few months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Can't wait.
All right. So the topic was, why do people go so hard for their job and won't put that same energy into themselves?
Ding.
My opinion on it is, like, I really don't understand why people don't. I mean, it could be the fact of the simplicity of a job, because you're basically a mindless drone just doing this, taking this here, and so forth and so forth. It's something that's repetitive. When you're doing something on your own, or like something in a career, you're constantly learning. It's constantly something that has to be changed. You have to adapt to it. With the job, you come in, you do the same thing until you either retire or you die.
Oh, damn!
Oh, yo, that's real. Let's not fuck around with it. That's real. We attacking the elephant right now.
I mean, kind of building off your point. I feel that a lot of people are just like, it's easier for me to go along with somebody else's dream or help someone else build up their own business, rather than A, it's hard to come up with my own ideas. B, if I come up with my own ideas, if it doesn't work, it's my failure, and it's not anyone that I can blame it on, and it's not anything that I can attribute to anyone else rather than myself. I know that I've struggled with it. That's why I'm kind of resistant to myself of, let me just start up my own business that I don't really have any game plan on and haven't done in the past. Like, Aaron is somewhat lucky because he's done a bunch of things. Like, he's written the books over and over and over the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's luck.
You got all your failures out in the beginning of your life. You had until you were in your early 20s that you were like, I'm just gonna throw all this out there, throw it on the page, everything in my mind that I'm just gonna kind of creativity overload onto paper and kind of let this world sit for 10 years and let it stew and creatively generate new ideas and things that kind of make sense with around the time that Marvel kind of shot off and you saw what did and didn't work. And now you can make your own.
I kind of let that thing sit in the jar like kombucha.
Yeah. So
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it wasn't early 20s. Like, I didn't.
10 years, you're 30.
I mean, granted, I started writing it 10 years ago, but I didn't start writing it like until this became a thing. Like, I didn't, like, you got to think, like,
You've shown me the manuscript type things that you wrote.
It was like off of play though. Like, all that was like just straight practice. Like, you got to think though, like, I didn't write the first book until we started doing the podcast.
I mean,
like, it was after,
not the first official book.
Yeah, it was like after like 5 months after the book, after the podcast had started up, that I started writing the first book. So like, the failures of me writing didn't happen until now. like I didn't try to make it a business until now.
Yeah.
But I do get your point, and that's actually a really good point that you came up with about like the how somebody can just thrive in another man's system, and they never ask any questions. They just kind of go along with it and just kind of roll with it. And that's like what we're here to talk about today. And I want to apologize to everybody who's listening, especially like if you're listening in the car, you're definitely going to hear this dog barking. But that's kind of the one of the downfalls of getting a bigger space. You got neighbors who, I mean, granted, we always had dogs barking in the background of our podcast, so I mean, it's nothing new. But yeah.
So thriving in another man's system, it's like so much that can. I'm not gonna necessarily like go wrong, but just diminish your true self, like your drive, your motive, the things that make you happy. Because they don't care about you. You're literally just a number to them, another person that gets the job done so they can thrive themselves.
Right.
With doing minimum to nothing at all. You're probably fine.
I think people really don't understand that. Like, yo,
not at all.
They don't get it. Like, they think it's just all right. So, one thing that I learned in corporate America recently is that people think that the people who don't care about them is just the people who just in front of them who don't care about them. But they don't necessarily realize that, like, yo, like those people who you think that's supposed to care about you, is their job not to. And I didn't learn that until I got into corporate America. Like, you think back on the conversation that we had, and I told you my manager when I was on night shift straight up told me, like, bro, like, you're doing too much. You're not an associate. You're a leader. Lead. Like, bro, why you jumping in so much? Like, every time you jump in, you lose track of something else, bro. Make them work. Like, I think people, they don't understand. Like, and then, like, the disillusion starts to happen where they start to, like, they say, well, you know, we got a new manager now, or we got new leadership, and this person's cool. And I say, like, yo, for real, you might want to check yourself when you say that, because they cool now was because they knew, and because they don't know any better. But once the job starts to weigh on them, bro, I promise you all that's going to change. Your whole opinion is going to change. Then you're going to be like, yo, I hate this person. I can't stand them. I want to catch them in the parking lot. Yo, I'm about to throw hands with them right here on the clock, bro. Like, for real, like, you gotta understand, like, yo, you're delusional right now. You're looking for reasons to like it. You're looking for reasons to stay. But you don't need reasons to stay. You got bills to pay. I get that. You don't need reasons. You don't need to make up excuses like, oh yeah, this person's cool, or this manager's cool. Like, yo, none of that is relevant.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm leadership. I don't like my goddamn self in the network. Like, for real. Like, yo, I look at it all the time. Like, yo, like, I'm in a position where like, people are going to look at me and they're going to have a certain opinion about who I am based on my title, but not who I actually am. But when I'm at work, that's what the job wants me to do that. The job needs me to do that. So when I'm at work, because I need the money that the job is giving me, that's what I'm going to give them. Just so I don't get fired.
That is great. Yeah, because it's like, surprisingly, I've been there long enough to see, and I'm pretty sure y'all have been there a lot longer than I have.
Too long.
Way too
so y'all seen it firsthand that the cycle repeats itself.
Every single time. There's some exceptions, but the exceptions are. And we know we got one person. All of us got one person in mind who fits that exception as leadership, and he gets shit for it. Every single day he gets shit for not being that authoritarian type. Like, he's not that. He's never been that. He gets shit done, but because he can't drop a hammer like Thor because of his position, he gets shit for it all the time.
Come on.
Yeah. That's what but you know, that's what corporate America was. Yeah.
That's I'm just realizing that. Yeah. Like, everyone's always complaining about how management is, how, you know, if we get a new one, things are gonna change around here. Just like
it don't work like that.
Yo, like, for real, fam.
That's crazy.
It don't work like that, fam. Like, yo, somebody take it, bro.
Another thing that you know, prime example of is in a lot of businesses, especially like Fortune 500 companies and all this other stuff. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and usually who you know gets you in the front door. Who you know gets you that favoritism, you know, special treatment and all this other stuff.
Cause, bro, I don't know shit. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know shit, bro. Like, I I'm good with my mouth.
That
In a good way. When it comes to speaking, I am good with my mouth. Like I can speak up a crowd. Right? Like I could granted we kind of know that. Like like if you listen back on every episode, like I can probably take a topic and just pretty much run with it, and probably drop a motivational quote on you that I probably just came up like a freestyle. But like because of that, like I've used that skill to network with people who could potentially advance me.
Right.
Like, teach you something new.
Exactly. Like the people who can teach me stuff and could help me advance in my career. Like I don't just like run around just saying random shit to people just for the sake of like wanting friends or something. Like there's some people, like we work with some folks who just like they just want to be a part of the conversation. They just want to be around people who talking about something because they don't have people that they talk to on a regular basis. They just want to be part of the conversation, and it's just a bunch of words. It's just a bunch of like random unnecessary conversation. But like what Marcus is saying is true. Like you oh man, that's a lot to unpack there, man. I'm just
so is it like a personality thing that's like keeping them from
bettering themselves?
Yes,
I would say so. Yeah, I would say it's a personality thing because
being but from that
too comfortable with what you're used to and not actually wanting to absorb any new information.
So is that a mentality thing as well? Like mental health.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Not that far.
I wouldn't go that far as saying there's a mental health thing. Yeah, but it is like, all right. So there's a double. In my opinion, there's a double-sided coin to that. Because though it may not be a mental health issue as to the reason why you're stuck in this situation,
right?
But it is definitely a mental health issue for you to know that it's a situation and there's nothing being done about it. Like
insane.
For real, I'm being 100% honest with y'all, man. Like everybody who we work with, bro, they know. The conversation where we work at is so vast and like out there. Like I've never had a job where there were so many people who were open-minded to so many things, yet they just don't do anything. I've never seen this before in my life. My last job, there was nobody open-minded to anything. What they were doing was what they did. Like when I was there, I would ask the question, yo, what do you do for a living? And people would get offended. That doesn't happen where I'm at now. Like I ask people that now and they'll look at me like, oh man, I guess I don't do anything. You might want to fix that.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, you might want to fix that. It was like, yeah, man, you're right. Yeah, I know. Come on, man. But
some of them say it sarcastically when you say it. Like, oh my goodness.
No, I just direct them to the podcast. Then they know I'm not playing.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of listeners back like that. Outside of the people who listen to the podcast just to be passive aggressive when they see me.
You're still on that, huh?
Jesus.
How can I not be?
Oh.
It reminds me of a certain other conversation.
How can I not be?
Holding grudges when you shouldn't.
I mean, you know, you can't change a hater. Can't change a hater.
Looks like the tables are turning here.
Speaking of, hater, how you doing?
Thank you for listening to the Dirty
Thank
Trump
you for
podcast.
listening to the Dirty Trump podcast. Whether you are listening to snitch on me at work or you you know, whatever the case is, I don't care. It's
or are genuinely interested.
This person is not interested in the conversation. They want to
nosy.
They want to listen so they can tell other people what I said about them. That's what they're listening for. And, thank you for getting me listeners. That's not important.
Ow.
That's not important. That's not what this podcast is about. That's not what this podcast is about.
Security.
So, when you brought up the topic, I kind of liked how it kind of, did we talk about it? It played on a previous episode, how we talked about, how people are, afraid to do for themselves because of either not knowing, or they just don't have that drive, they don't have that motive, or they're afraid of like the unknown, like you said. Aaron had many failures, but still he's still learning that.
Right.
That
still
failure.
watching the YouTube university videos and
Well, that's the thing. People are afraid of failing.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. I am full-heartedly
I ain't gonna
guilty.
lie. I
am full-heartedly guilty.
Did you
and I'm
not
trying
see the
to
picture
learn.
I posted in the group chat?
I did.
Oh,
I bet you.
And he reminds me all the time that it's always about failing forward. But at the same time, I don't know if it's just the way I grew up or whether it's just
It is.
my personality in general, where I'm such a perfectionist and I need to know all the answers to everything. Like every day I'm like praised about, oh, you know how to do this. Whenever you do this, everything works so seamlessly. Like you never look like you trip up. Like I'll trip up and I'll
Just make it look good.
gracefully like recover, and then they're like, oh, you didn't skip a beat. I was like,
ballerina.
I couldn't catch a breath, but yeah, I caught it.
You're a great adapter.
Yeah.
You're adapting to things that happen on the fly. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Which is also the same thing.
I know,
Like that's the same.
but
That's the same skill when you're failing forward, because you
it's
still
hard
have
when
to have.
you're- See, it's easier when it's a situation where you're, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm guiding it carefully, but it's harder when it's your own. Like if it's
Yeah,
your
it is.
baby, like you're not going to be willing to.
It is.
Okay, do
It
I
is.
feed my child this 4-day-old rice that my potential
I mean,
future...
that's how I work. I'm used to working.
Where you going with this? Where you going with this?
this 4-day-old mystery rice that we just ate. Am I gonna feed this to my child, or am I gonna feed this to this person that I'm babysitting?
Oh my goodness. I hope not.
Whoa.
Hold the fuck up.
Like you're not gonna want to do that to your own child
Fuck up.
or your own spouse
I get it though.
or
I get
whatever.
it. Look, like for real,
It's
like
easier to make mistakes when your name is not on the line.
oh boy, oh boy, yeah, you're right, and you're absolutely right. Like for real, I've always been the type, and let me back up, because I'm not gonna say I always been the type. I just can't remember now of a time period where I wasn't like this. Like I can't remember a time now. Like I've been so on this and like on my affirmations. Like I cannot remember a time where I wasn't like, okay, let's go fail, let's go do this and see how it don't work. Like that. Like I can't remember a time now that, like, I think the last time I was like afraid, like literally genuinely afraid to fail at something was when I think I was maybe like 24, 25 years old, and this was also around the time where I learned to kick back embarrassment. Like once I learned how to do that, and it took me way longer than it should have, because I was always afraid of being embarrassed in high school, because I was bullied growing up. Yeah. I had a lot of enemies in school, so it took me way longer than it should have to get out of the fact that if I mess up something, then I'm going to be embarrassed. Even when nobody was looking, I was embarrassed about something. Like it was crippling and debilitating. And once I got past that, I'm like, yo, Will Smith said, yo, you gotta fail in order to understand what you did wrong, in order to know how to do it. If you never fail, then you can't succeed, because you don't know how to succeed, because you don't know how to fail. So if I don't know what not to do, how can I know what to do?
Yeah.
Right.
So once I got that out the way, man, it was like uphill from there. Like, and I can't honestly sit here and tell you guys that I am completely out of it. Like, yeah, there's like a lot of things, and I had a conversation with Alyssa recently about the books. I'm like, yo, like for real, like this ain't making money right now. Like, how do I honestly sit in a space where I'm like completely confident that I won't be wasting my time with what I'm doing? I can't be. Refrigerator. I can't be. Like, it's not even a question right now. Like, yo, you ain't made no money yet. You ain't sold no book yet. The book ain't even out yet. And for all I know, I might put the book out, and the book
Don't you put that out there.
I might put the book out, and the book might not even sell anything. Like, it's a possibility. But I also understand that if the book doesn't do anything, then I need to re-up and try again. If this doesn't work in selling the book, then I go over to this group and try this. If that group doesn't want to buy, I go back to the first group. Okay, this didn't work with the first group at first. Switch it up. Try this. Okay, back to the second group. Okay, y'all still don't want to buy it? Okay, switch it up. Try again. Oh, y'all buying now. Go back and tell this group that they bought.
Facts. And that's something that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people, when they try to go for their dreams, it doesn't work out first, second, maybe a third time, and then they quit.
Yeah.
And they move on to something else. You see the most successful people have a dream, follow that dream, and don't stop following that dream until it gets successful. Who was I listening about? The dude that like wrote like tens, thousands of books or whatever, and he's like, I don't really write for people. I just write books.
I don't know. That's new to me.
Who writing books?
Who writing 10,000 books?
I don't know if it was 10,000 books, but he just puts them out there and they just sell. I mean, I think after he got to like,
like James Patterson.
Yes.
10,000?
Not 10,000, but he got a lot of books.
He 149 books, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, did y'all know 17 of those books came out in 2015? I think I said that on the podcast before.
Man.
Yeah. He released 17 books in 2015.
Nano.
Jesus.
Nah, he too big for Nano, man.
I know.
He ain't doing that no more.
I was just using your thing.
He's talking about 50,000
I was
words.
using your thing.
50,000 words. He probably do that in his sleep. He wake up and like the words just downloaded on the page. He just go ahead and be like, "I'll send this to my editor." But yeah,
I love him.
Like for real. What you just said, like, oh man, people like. What I heard something today, man, and I had to go back and like, cause you know, like if you listen to something, bruh, and you ain't necessarily got like 100% understanding of what it is, you can go back and listen to that same thing like years later, and it sounds completely different. So I went back and listened to Sell or Be Sold. I'm like, yo, for real, I'm about to drop a book. I ain't never dropped no book before, and I don't need to know more stuff about how to drop a book. I think we know what to do. At this point, we know what to do to market the book. Like at this point, as much information as that we consume in the last 2 or 3 months about how to market a book and how to grow an author platform, we don't need no more information on that. What we need to do now is fix our mindset about why we can't do it. Like, so I went back and listened to Sell or Be Sold, man, and like it blew my mind. I listened to this book like 4 times already. This is a book by Grant Cardone, one of the biggest real estate investors in the world. Motivational speakers, one of those guys. He's like a really big entrepreneur based out of Florida. This dude has like 1,000 doors of real estate property. 1,000 doors, and he started from nothing. He started broke. On drugs, actually. He was on drugs when he started. Like that. Besides the point. Most people ain't gonna hear nothing but the fact that he was on drugs. He's like, nope, I don't want to hear nothing about it. But like I went back and listened to Sell or Be Sold, man, and my man was like, if you're not fully convinced, if you're not fully sold on your own product, how the hell you gonna sell it to somebody else? And like that, and that spoke to me when you just said that, because most people, they can't get sold on what they're doing. They're just doing stuff. You can't get sold on doing stuff, especially when you're just doing stuff just because you broke.
Yeah. Because it's like, at that point, what is your motive? Is your motive just to make a quick dollar and, survive, or
for the big thing?
Usually, when people are like real successful, or you hear them, they're successful and whatnot, it's not because they were looking to make $1 million. That came after.
That came as a byproduct of what they were doing.
Yeah.
What they really were doing.
So they got rich on accident.
Yeah, I mean,
and perseverance.
Yeah. I would say, if, Cause like, for real, like no successful person has ever like come out their mouth and been like, yeah, I knew I was gonna make $1 million. Like they ain't necessarily they on some humble stuff. Like, my goal wasn't to make $1 million. My goal was to do this, and I just happened to make $1 million because I was doing this.
About to follow your passion and never work the day in your life.
Yes,
those sort of things.
Yes. E.T. said all the time. E.T. said, look, man, I ain't never say I want to be on TV. I ain't never say I want to be on commercials doing voiceovers for Wingstop. I ain't never said that. It just happened because I was working. I was putting in hard work doing the things that I believed in doing, and that was helping the communities.
Right.
It was helping give some little kid something to look up to.
Giving kids exposure, exposure to something new, man. Because he knew that kids in his neighborhood where he grew up at weren't getting it. So he had to do it, and that's what he was doing when he became successful. He was giving a speech to kids, and somebody was just like, "Yo, this can't die in this room. This message cannot die in this room. This dude is too powerful. We got to put this out there." And look at what he had now.
Got a whole team, a whole shebang of stuff.
No, and we got to bring it back to where we started from, like why people put so much into the job, man. Like we kind of breezed over that, and we never go back since. So we're gonna go back to the thing, like people. We gotta get some practicality here, man, because like if somebody listening to this and they just like, yo, like I feel y'all, but what do I do?
Go for the kill.
Yeah, go for the kill. Like get out of your normal thinking, your sheep thinking, and be
Sheeple.
Like be the shepherd. Be something that people can look up to, people can follow, and guide them. Be a guide instead of another sheep that's following somebody else's business.
But what if their personality not set up for them to be a leader? Like,
personalities can change, mentality can change. There's many books, videos to change it to that shows you how to do things like that. You just gotta want to
change. That's the thing.
You gotta find your drive. You gotta figure out what you're more passionate about than anything else in the world. Not everyone wants to be at the feet of somebody else, making sure that everyone else has food on their table. And just like Aaron says all the time, like you got to have your own legacy to have as well.
Right. And if you like, I would challenge what you guys just said, like, well, what you just said about like if you're not like the leadership type, like find something that you believe in. Like you don't have to necessarily be like stand in front of a crowd kind of person and like be able to recite things right off the bat, like, but just find something that you believe in. Alyssa say all the time that she just like, and she enjoyed playing the background. She enjoyed the analytical things, the marketing side of things. Like she enjoys that. She enjoys being able to make an impact in that role. And like at first I didn't get it. Like I was just like, yo, you gotta. No, like you can't. I don't think you can do that. But one person that I had to step back and think about was like everybody know who Steve Wilkos is, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody know who Steve Wilkos is. Did you know that Steve Wilkos' wife produces Jerry Springer, the Steve Wilkos Show, and Maury?
Wow.
Yeah. Nope. And most people don't even know that, but she's behind the scenes. And that's where she made her biggest impact. Greg Berlanti. People don't even think about who Greg Berlanti is or what he looked like. I don't even think I know what Greg Berlanti looked like. Yet my man is behind the scenes doing work. So there are people who they don't necessarily want to be the spotlight. They don't necessarily need to be the leader. But like you got plenty of examples of people who doing that. And if you're the person who likes to be in the spotlight, you got plenty of examples of that too. Like shit, LeBron, bro. LeBron on the court, he taking over. Jordan was on the court back in '93. He was taking over, bro. Like they were in the spotlight. These are guys who are in the spotlight. Movie stars. They are in the spotlight. They can take over. They can demand the crowd. Motivational speakers. They can stand on stage and they can demand the crowd. But here's the thing. All of those people that I just named, they got a team of people behind them that believe in them. So if you the person who that you don't have the mentality to stand in front or be a leader, you can definitely find a mission, a goal that you believe in, and attach yourself to that. Build your legacy off of that. Because the person that you building with, they not gonna let you sit in the background. There's not a is not a way that like if when Alyssa does what she does, I always give her credit. There's never been a time I didn't give her credit where credit was due. Never. Even though she's like, no, it's okay. I don't need that. I don't need that. Just leave me be. She always gets credit where credit is due. Everybody else, you guys, like I give you guys credit where credit is due. Like you guys pushed me to continue doing what I was doing last year. Like I'm here because of y'all.
Oh. Yeah, I feel it. Also, you know, speaking of LeBron and Jordan, you know, they do have a strong team behind them. They have the Looney Tunes. Anyone who has the Looney Tunes behind them are, you know, made for success.
What the Marcus?
I made my heart just smile, but
because of Space Jam.
I love that movie, and he hated it.
Oh,
He hated
you should
it.
be ashamed of yourself.
I just don't know why they did it. All right. So you know how like
Tunes in basketball.
you know how like Scooby-Doo be making like all these collaborations with people that it just don't make no damn sense. Like he had
why did they make one for WWE? Why was
why was John Cena and his theme music being a superhero on the Scooby-Doo movie?
They
why?
couldn't sing.
My dude,
They couldn't solve the mystery.
my dude busted through a boulder like Superman, and like his theme music just started playing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Wrestling was reaching. That's what that was.
oh,
They were reaching.
Oh man, yes, they were.
Anyway. But like Aaron said, if whatever you want to do in life, just attach yourself to a dream, a purpose, something that just starts out with very wholesome, very righteous, I guess you could say, and just ride it, follow it, dream it, eat it, whatever.
Eat, sleep, and breathe it.
Yeah, eat, sleep, and breathe it, and everything else, all your dreams will be a byproduct of that.
I mean, and not only that, just to build off of that, it doesn't always need to be something that's money driven. Like, this is going to give me this amount of money. This is going to be like my road to millionaire-ness.
Like the people who volunteer all over the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it can be about giving back to the community. You can see a need that's not being fulfilled. You can see that there's people that are not being taken care of. You can see that people are not having access to what they need to. You can see that something is not happening that needs to. Like, even if you don't care anything about money, like, you're going to see more fulfillment in doing something about that and can make a difference in X number of lives, whether it be hundreds, thousands, hundreds of people. But at the end of the day, that's going to be better than putting a meal on a CEO's plate.
Yeah. Because I want to bring it back to this question. How much money does this podcast make again?
Zero.
Absolutely nothing. And we still do it because there are people who need this message.
They need to hear this.
And there are people listening to this message, right? Like,
It's episode 82, y'all.
we are with this episode 82. 82. Yo, that's amazing, man. But I got a question though. Like, what if I'm the person who ain't got nothing going on and I ain't never even thought about that? I just wake up every single day like an accident. I just go to work like a little good old boy or girl. I make my little lunch. I pack my lunch like everybody else, and I go to work and I clock in like a good old boy or girl like everybody else. And I just work my shift and I just go home and there's nothing going on. What if I'm a person like that?
What makes you happy? There's something you do, something you probably do in your spare time, not at work.
Something you dream, something you...
Some people are that crazy.
What?
You making me think of one of those movies that they do the same thing repeatedly, and if something goes wrong, they just go crazy.
They start shooting people.
Huh.
To work. No.
Calm down. Don't say that.
But no.
Because we got some suspects.
Oh,
We got some suspects.
y'all keep them over there in pack, don't?
No, they ain't
No, they ain't impact.
They're by you guys.
Yeah.
Especially the one that look like Neo from Matrix.
Stop.
Sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so the what do you love to do? What do you dream about at night? What gives you that homesome feeling inside, the butterflies in your stomach? If it's not a person, if it's something that can be done, tangible,
Or
grasped, anything like that, just do it. Just go for it. Learn what it takes to accomplish that, to make that a reality, and do it.
And if it's a person, get off of that.
Please.
Yeah, obsession is not. That's just not something. That's not good.
Get the fuck off of that. They will appreciate you a lot more if you were obsessed in something else other than them.
What happened to the people that was obsessed with Beanie Babies? What were their thing?
What the hell? I see why you said that you were glad.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with the topic. Okay?
I mean, but that's what they were passionate about. I was just
Beanie
thinking
Babies?
about, yeah.
Yeah, there were like people who were like obsessively collecting Beanie Babies. Like there was like this one.
True.
It was like this TV show where this lady had like 10,000 of them.
But then, what if that's something that someone wants to do?
Oh, so we're wrapping it back into the conversation. Got you.
I mean, maybe it's just obsessive over like popular culture or
And then people-
childhood or
People think it's
something.
crazy.
That one's that's a bit off-putting because there's be people who be obsessed with stuff like that and they be going broke over it.
I mean,
if the goal is not for money.
Like people be like doing. I mean, granted, but you can't take care of nobody but you when you do that. Like, Marcus said it make you happy. Like that.
I mean, yeah.
But I kind of went over that on a recent episode where we were talking about episode 81, Mama's Baby. I kind of talked about people who they don't want to talk about nothing but comic books, and like that's all they do. But
But they're not writing one.
But they obsess over it to the point where it keeps them from doing anything else. But like most of the time, like you having obsessive habits like that, it doesn't do anything but hinder you from doing what you need to do. So that would be like, I would put that in a category with that. Like you're collecting like stuff that has no value. Like Beanie Babies ain't got no value. Like I don't think you can sell a Beanie Baby and get $500 a pop like a Charizard card from back in the day.
So I know people who sell old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And apparently they're pretty expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you got them, bro, like go ahead and sell them. But I mean, like for real, like that's not.
But as far
it's
as
not
like
oil.
pursuing a passion, I don't think that's really up to par.
The person I know, they collect it a lot, like, and they play it, and.
Nah, I got some too, so I can't speak too much on it.
I'm sorry.
But I ain't about to sit up here and like spend my whole day like researching Yu-Gi-Oh cards and like trying to find buyers for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like I'm not about to like try to sell this holographic trap card for $4,000. Like that's not how life works, bro. Like I got stuff to do. Like,
but I did have another suggestion. Suggestion, like sometimes people don't like the way company run things, or like you said, the book they put out, they ain't like how it went. Why not just take that and do your own thing? If you get what I'm saying?
All right.
I get you what you're saying 100%, because that's actually why I started writing.
If you don't like a way a company is doing something, make your own company and do it the way you
fulfill the need that you see out.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Because that's Alyssa's like her main thing. Like she doesn't like the way corporate America is, and like she wants to, and she wants to be the one that changes how corporate America treats people.
Corporate Mexico.
That's actually very, very noble. I don't know if it was a TED Talk or just it might have been a TED Talk. This guy, he basically he started a company because just the same dream. He didn't like how this other company he used to work for used to run things. Sorry. So he started this company, and he was like, everything he did was totally different. It wasn't by the book. The hiring process, it wasn't, cut and dry. Oh, these are your accolades, or
you didn't graduate from Princeton.
he met with the person or whatever. He talked with them. They had a normal conversation. Figured out the likes and dislikes. I was like, all right, you seem like a person that I would like to work with.
Right.
And that's how he hired his people. He wasn't a boss, so he wasn't like, all right, I'm gonna shadow you and make sure you do this exactly how you need to do this, how I want to do. Yeah, micromanager. He was just like, all right, this is what I need you to do. This is my goal, which is our goal. How are we going? He gave it up to the people. How are we going to do this? How are we going to make it work?
Right.
And he was like, that freedom that I gave the people, that I gave my workers, it
started
like,
more creativity, probably like cheaper, more frugal options, more like not so much just sheep-like mentality.
Like
work was like way better tenfold.
That kind of reminds me of Henry Ford. I read a book about him and how he started Ford Motor Company. When his first successful vehicle was the Model T. And Henry Ford didn't want to move on anything past the Model T. Like he thought that the Model T was the thing. Like he just was like, yo, we gonna do this and this is all we gonna do, but how do we make it better? And like he never was the type of leader to just like tell people what to do. He just always said, this is what I want, how are you gonna make it happen? And people will say, we can't do that. He would say, yeah, you can. How are you gonna do it? And it kind of brings me back to like people like him, Elon Musk. Like Elon Musk, like I don't even know if he could build a Tesla. Like I don't even know if that's a thing. Like for real, like everybody say he's smart and all that, but like I don't know if he's that smart. Like for real, like I don't know. Like I can't personally say that I know for a fact that Elon Musk has the formula to build and engineer a Tesla. Like I just don't know if that's a thing. But for some reason, he keeps dropping shit like the fucking.
That's the background people.
The Tesla fucking Freightliner. That shit is fucking amazing. This shit can go 0 to 60 with a 10,000 ton load. Like who the fuck came up with that? Like for real. Like I don't know if my man got I don't know if he got the brain power to handle that. But yo, like for real, like success never fades. On that note, like yo, like these people, they've done that, and how did we get here? Like for real, how did we get that part of the conversation? We were talking about people who can't get out of the rut of corporate America, the jobs and whatnot. Like how people put more energy into their jobs than they put into their self.
And we were talking about Alyssa and how
we completely diverted off of the topic.
You completely diverted off the topic.
Anyway, we gotta make that cut. So one thing that I'm noticing like a lot is like, and like I want to be 100% real. Like I found myself in a situation where I completely cut off everything that I've been trying to do to learn this new, to learn this new job. Like for real, like I just like completely was just like, look, I can't do nothing but focus on this right now. Like this is the only thing important. And like it's so easy to get in the mindset of, let me turn my brain off and let me focus on nothing but this. And it kind of scared me a little bit, because I'm like, yo, this can consume me if I'm not careful. Because like there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts going on, a lot of brain power that you got to put into certain aspects of the job, and I'm pretty sure y'all can attest to what I'm talking about, because Alyssa, she gets stressed out a lot at work. And it's just because there's a lot of things going on. It's a lot. And like, yo, for real, it kind of make me miss being a regular. Like, yo, for real, like I was just like, yo, like when I was a regular dude, I didn't have to do all that. Like I can disappear, nobody will even look for me. Like I'm not that important. But you know, now spotlight all on you, bro. Like for real, like I'm like, come on, man. Like just give me a break.
And I used to hate it, because I did not like the spotlight being on me at all.
Every 20 seconds, somebody calling you on the radio, asking for something. I'm like, bro, get the fuck up. Can I go to break, please? Like, I pee. Yeah, we noticed you were in the bathroom for approximately 5.8 minutes. Like, come on, bro, get the fuck out of my face, man. Like, for real, like, yo, the job can suck you in, bro. It can suck you dry if you're not careful. And I just want to know, like, yo, for real, like, I don't understand it, because like this is what makes me me. People get upset with how I operate. Is like they get upset with how I operate because my ability to detach myself from whatever's going on around me. Like, people can come up to me, and I don't know if y'all saying it, but it pisses people off when I don't get as upset about something that's going on as they are.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all ever witnessed that, but it is the weirdest thing. But somebody will literally cuss me out because I'm not as upset about a situation as they are.
Yeah.
This is what this podcast was supposed to be about. Like,
and now you're back on topic. There you go.
Yep. Those people, well, actually, you kind of talk about two people. A job can suck you in. I want to say it's because of like how much you do for the job. Like, there was.
I see where you going.
Some video I seen a while back ago about how dude made a community. They didn't have to pay for nothing. Everything was provided. They basically worked to basically like kind of like grow food or whatever, and it was they were self-sufficient or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't we do that in now times? Like everything is provided for you and all this other stuff.
Isn't that called like a union?
Kind of is somewhat. But
no.
Somebody explained it to me that what gets in the way of that is kind of pride. Everybody's prideful.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a sense of importance or accomplishment, and jobs supply that. It's very little, but with a paycheck and pat on the back, good job, that lasts them for forever, basically.
Wait, hold. I'm lost. I'm completely lost. How does that work?
Has what?
Is
that
that
a paycheck and
like? All right, so you're saying that a job supplies what now?
Supplies accomplishment. At the end of the day, you've made it through. You get a paycheck. You get a pat on the back. Good job, and that's enough to keep you coming back to work there.
Damn. So people really out here looking at jobs like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all
go and work for the job? Oh, y'all don't agree?
I mean, no. I mean, I asked
like, are we those type of people?
Like, if they resonated with that. Like, I've never. Like, I've been working since I was 13. I ain't never looked at a job like that.
You ain't went hard for a job?
Fuck no. Do I look like the type of person that go hard for a job? Bro, I got fired from Hardee's, bro. Like, for real. I got fired from Hardee's for not showing up to work on time. But come on, bro. Like, get out of here, bro. I was 16 years old. I was happy. Like, they fired me. I was like, thank God. I was like, I ain't got to quit. Bro, like, oh. man, that tastes nasty. I just don't get that, man. Like, how?
I'm not the one to look to.
Like, all right, so and it's so deep, right? Even if you don't agree with it,
you see,
y'all please, y'all please bear with me. Bear with me now, because I'm about to say something that's going to sound disrespectful, and I want y'all to really think about it. Even if you don't agree with it, even if your brain doesn't agree with it, and your heart says, hell to the fuck no, I don't agree with that, why does our body still do it?
Because it's easy.
Why do
survival?
I was gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
Cause it was a question on Facebook about, like, not even a question. It was like something about how this generation is so easy to quit jobs, and how, like, compared to our grandparents, who, you know. And I was like,
I'm still working at the same jobs.
yeah, I was like, me personally, I don't take disrespect to whatever. You gonna fire me, okay? But I know if I lose that job, I'm gonna lose a lot more. Like, I have a child, house to upkeep, and.
But see, that's the thing. Like, for real, like, we all got bills. Because if we didn't have bills, we wouldn't work. From the beginning. Like, but here's the thing that I'm trying to get people to understand. Like, yo, like, you already know that. Like, you knew you got bills. Like, yo, there's ways out of a job, and there are things that you could be doing that suit your life a lot better than what you're currently doing. Yet we don't put as much energy into what we're supposed to be doing than we do our jobs. Like, bro, like, somebody could start a business, and I'm speaking from experience now. Because, you know, failing forward or whatnot, I'm speaking from experience. Like, you could start a business and you could give this business 45% of your efforts, and you will still get a job 55% of the efforts, knowing that the business is going to pay a lot more if you succeed in it.
What?
Bruh, I can't even.
Yeah, the way that you phrased that was a little weird.
You would give the job more effort than you would give your own business. Most people would, and I know this because there are people who we work with who have started businesses while they have worked in this place, and they give the job more effort. If I have a business, if you tell me that you are in a business, that you starting a business, yet you come in for overtime every week.
I know people who leave to go maintain their business.
Right.
You see
the difference? You see the difference, right? Like, I don't feel you when you say I got a business or I'm trying to be successful in my life, and you're signing up to come in for extra time. It just don't click. Like, that doesn't resonate with me. Like, you're doing something. Like, why do people? And then, like, yo, you got people who are so out of it, they don't even have a clue that they rather, like, every single week they're volunteering to work extra time. And you hear these same people all the time, like, I hope they call mandatory overtime so I can come in, man, because they're not offering VET. They're not offering voluntary time, so I hope they do mandatory so I can come in.
What if they're not offering?
It don't make sense, bro. Like, for real, like, and we're not talking about, like.
So you mean you got absolutely nothing going on,
bro? And that's the problem. Everybody got a marketable skill. And when I talk to people and I hear people about these passions, like, yo, like, you know how many people need that?
Yeah.
You know how many people need that? Bro, I tasted some fucking some jam. Yes, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Was it bacon jam?
No, it was what was it? Habanero? No, ghost pepper, mango, pineapple jam.
Bruh, and I mean, it was delicious. Fucking delicious. And I'm like, yo, but this person at work every single day ain't doing nothing with that. And I'm like, yo, I don't understand that. I don't get it. Like, yo, how do you have these skills? How do you have these skills and you just hide them from the world? And you're not hiding. All right, so let me get this right. You're not hiding it from the world on purpose. You're not actively hiding it from the world. But you spent so much time at work that you ain't even had a chance to craft the skill. Bruh, because the job ain't about to let you be like, all right, let me go up in here in the break room and just start churning this butter. Like, the job ain't about to be on that. The job about to be like, yo, we don't give a fuck about you or your fucking jam, bro. Like, explain this TOT. Like, they don't give a fuck about your passions, bro. Like, for real. Like, I was writing a chapter one time while I was at work, and I ain't got no business writing anything while I'm at work, right? Like, I still ended up having to rewrite that shit because it was just like unfocused and all over the place because I had my focus was diverted into a whole bunch of different avenues. But I had a job that was pretty much laid back, and I could do that. And it wasn't until I moved from that one to move into this one where I'm just like, yo, you gonna miss that. You gonna miss that because now you have to be mentally there and physically there, and you can't give your mental to what you need to give it to. So, bro, you gonna have to figure something out. You gonna have to wake up a little earlier. You gonna have to do something. You gonna have to figure something out because you ain't got the privilege that you once had. So, and that made me think about this right here because I was sitting in front of the computer one day and I'm like, yo, I ain't had a chance to think about me. I lost myself. I don't know how long I've been standing here. I just know I've been doing this job all day, and I'm hurt. And I just don't understand why humans who have brains and they think about things, and everybody wants to be happy. I don't care who you are, how much black eyeshadow you put on your eyes, bro. You want to be happy. Like, yo, I don't care who you are, bro. You want to smile about something. So I don't understand why people who have that mentality, because everybody got it in them, I don't understand why they choose every single day, why they choose to be unhappy at a place that they don't want to be, instead of spending their energy into the things that'll get them out. I don't get it. That's what this conversation was supposed to be about. I don't know how we got to all that other stuff.
Bury the lead.
To bring it back, I think it's all about what you said. Choose. Some people don't know, or they haven't been taught to choose things for themselves. Just like you said,
choose you.
Stop it.
In a previous episode, that star player mentality. As a kid, we all have it, but somewhere along the line, it gets crushed.
Yeah, just like a bug, bro. Just like a spider on the windshield, bro. It's just gone. Oh, I'm sorry. That was on me.
Yep.
That was on me.
Yep.
This is my choose.
Oh, you're so special.
I hate you guys.
We're gonna take a.
I hate that word. That lack of word.
Oh man, I'm weak. I'm weak, bro. Woo! Oh god damn. Anyway. Anyway. Oh man, I'm so done.
Ruined.
Oh god.
Tequila.
Anyway, Marcus was talking. That's rude.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, to bring it back, it's like the word you said, choose. A lot of people don't know how to choose things for them. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of
Oh god. Oh god.
Sorry, please just say that word no more.
First of all, Marcus, are you filled in on that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just make sure.
Wait, I think that we said it on the last one.
He really been right in front of him.
No, I'm trying not to. That's why I'm rubbing my cheeks because they hurt.
Oh man.
What, was it from a poem?
No. It's just made up.
A regular ass conversation where he was losing an argument. Oh damn.
Ooh. Okay, guys.
Let's finish this conversation, man.
All right. Marcus.
Take 3.
And go.
Take 3.
So it's like the word you said previously. I'm not gonna say it again. People don't know how to do for themselves. You okay?
She good.
And it's just like in a previous episode how you said that star player mentality. We have it as a kid, but when you get older, it gets crushed.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes some people, they don't really recover from that. Some people do. Some people, they just look for something that is safe, is a neutral point, and they just ride it out. Like we said before, they just do that job until they either retire.
Yeah, let's sit right there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like the safe part. That's what it is. It's safety.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, for real, like if you all right, whew, bro, y'all woke up something else. You woke up something else. Go ahead.
Before you go ahead, speaking of safe, if you got into like a major accident at your job, once you recovered, would you go back to that job?
Hell no.
Hell no.
How many people do you know have gotten into like major safety? You?
Yeah, I haven't gotten into it, but my girlfriend's cousin, my cousin's girlfriend. There we go.
I was like, wait, what?
I was out at a restaurant one time and I had seen her and she was in a sling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, what did my cousin do to you? And I was joking, but she was like, oh no, this was a work accident. She got her arm caught in a conveyor, and it came off. Yeah.
What came off?
Her arm.
What the fuck do you mean?
Her arm came.
Like,
it came off.
out the socket?
No, it came off.
Like the whole arm
ripped off. Yes.
and they put it back on?
Yes. She was in a sling, but it was like when I got closer, I realized it was like all bandaged, like all this. And I was like, "Oh, you poor
That's fucking amazing."
thing." And I was like, "You still work there?" She's like, "Yeah, I need the job." And I'm just like,
There it is.
You need the job.
Probably ain't even gonna be able to use the arm no more. They probably gonna fire her because she ain't got no feeling in her fingers. She can't pick up nothing.
You
Fuck, like yo, for real, like yo, that's crazy. I mean, no disrespect to her. Like I know that's family and all that, but god damn, that's fucking insane. Like yo, for real, like I've seen other people accidents and I'm like, yo, this make me want to quit just watching you go through that. Like yo, I watch a dude lose a finger on fucking equipment that we use every fucking day at the job.
What?
He lost a fucking finger, like for real. Like he just rolled across the floor and the job just looked at him. The job treated it as if it was just a normal like slip, like he slipped up on water or some shit. Like
no, I would've.
Oh yeah, it used to, like shit like that used to happen every day at my last job.
Oh okay. All right.
Yeah, like a dude died there. Like he was walking, and the conveyor belt's like fucking 45 feet in the air, and he just like walking and got clucked upside the head with a can of Vienna sausages. Bro died on the spot. Like, yeah,
Vienna sausages.
Yeah, like
why?
All that is like I hate to make that sound like
why?
like morbid, but I mean it is what it is.
Put
Like,
a number on my toe.
Like just one.
I still got that.
One can of banana sausage.
You said
You gonna hit me with the boss balls? Okay. All right, cool.
One can or pack?
No, it was just one can, bro.
man.
That thing ain't.
it fell-
Bro, it fell from 45 feet in the air. It hit him in the right. It hit him in the right spot. He got knocked off for the last time.
That's not funny. Shut up.
You find that funny?
You are so dark.
Oh goddamn!
used to that guy.
But yeah, like for real, like
Video games. I thought of
We're sorry to whoever's family was impacted.
Please forgive these men.
Oh god!
You're not being fair. I'm trying. They're laughing, making me laugh. I don't want to laugh. I'm so sorry.
Oh god! I started thinking about Mortal Kombat.
You guys suck.
Oh god! Damn. Oh,
Finish. Alright, no, stop.
no,
Please.
no, we gotta cut that. We gotta cut that. We gotta cut that. Oh god. Oh god. I'm gonna fucking hate
Bloopers.
this episode.
Bloopers. All the bloopers.
Oh god. Oh god. Failure.
Finish him. As Courtney says.
I quit.
it'll be more black and
It's slumber party tonight.
I quit. Close this shit out.
Oh god.
I can't do it.
Oh god.
You gotta bring it back.
No. Because we were in the middle of a conversation, bro. We gotta finish it. Oh god.
It's good. Sorry.
All right. So oh damn. Have either of y'all ever got fired from a job before? I know the answers to you. Like, no, she hasn't. Am I the only one that ever got fired from a job? Let go.
I've got fired and let go. Yes, fired and let go.
So, question: how old were you when you got fired from your job?
That was the first time I worked at the job we work at now. So, yeah, I was driving. Had to have been 18-ish.
But you were still kind of living at home at the time, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So this doesn't necessarily apply to you. What would that look like now if you got fired from your job right now? Like based off of everything that you got going on right now, like what would that look like?
It wouldn't be detrimental. It would be a concern. Like I would have to get a job. I could ride it out for a good little minute.
All right, so there's a reason. There's a reason why I'm asking that. Like, most people will be like, "Yo, all right." So I know a few people who they all the time they say, "Man, I hate this job. Man, I can't stand this job. I ain't coming back to this job. Man, I'm done with this shit. Man, I can't stand it." Like for real, like they everything that they could possibly feel about the job that's negative, they'll tell you that's what they feel, but they don't do anything about it until they have to do something about it. Now, and for some reason, most people end up in a better situation when that happens, because what I notice is like, yo, I got fired from my job. I ain't got no choice but to go hard to do something else. Like that, like, and it's one of those things where it's the transition period, right? And the transition period is usually brought on by a lot of things. Failure is one of those things, by the way. Failure will put you in a transitional period every time it happens. Every single time it happens, and especially if you're like failing forward. Where most people screw up at is that they reject the transition because they're afraid of what comes after the transition. They don't know. I think somebody said it earlier, the unknown. I'm the type of person where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna walk in that joint like Stevie Wonder with sunshades on. Like I don't want to just swinging the stick like blind 3 blind men. I'm swinging. Yeah. I'm going in the dark, bro. Like I don't really care. Like I know that somewhere in this dark room is prosperity. Yeah. Like most people reject the They reject the transition, man, and like that's the worst thing that you could possibly do. That's how people end up in situations that they hate and they can't stand. And the problem is that like most people in corporate America, like they so brainwashed that the opportunity doesn't exist because it's uncomfortable to chase something outside of what's normal. Like if I ask somebody who's at the job what they do for a living and they get offended, it's only because they've been so brainwashed into thinking that what they do is their living. And that's the only reason why somebody would get upset that you ask them that, because it's like, yo, I've been doing this for X amount of years, and this has been my reality, and you just come and tell me that my reality isn't enough. Well, you already know it's not enough, but because I shine some light on it, now all of a sudden you look at me as the enemy and say that, you know, you're the problem. No, I'm not the problem. You're the problem. Like, because you just came here and just bursted my bubble. Like you try to take me out of my safe zone, and I don't like that. And I've gotten to like I've had like old men want to fist fight me because I've made them realize this. Like, yo, I've changed cultures in places because of this kind of conversation, but this has always been me. Like, look, bro, like I'm trying to move forward. What are you trying to do? And like, if you're trying to come around me, trying to stay still and trying to keep me where you at, dog, you about to be disappointed because our conversation is not going to match. And I'm going to outpower you because, yo, my strength is my conviction, and I always believed in something better. And the problem. Bless you. And the problem is that most people, they don't believe in better. Like, they just believe in what they have.
Make it happen. Your dreams, your goals, strive to do better. Being middle class, what we say is middle class, thanks to Herb. Check out Herb Surdy. He explained it the best. What he thought was middle class is actually just 2 steps from being poor or homeless.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's just like that chart you see on that meme. You having one job, you're working it. All right, you're stagnant. You're flat. You're above, the bottom, but you're flat. But as soon as you lose that job, it's straight down.
Oh, bro, you ain't even got to lose a job. Like, it's so deep that the financial situations that can come, like you're at a certain point. You're at this point here, but any sway in top or bottom, like, yo, like, you can come across money, it can fuck you up. You can lose money, it can fuck you up too. Like, yo, for real, like, it's deep, bro. Like, yo, y'all got to figure this thing out, man. Like, it's not as black and white as you think it is. It's not. Like, you got to have a backup plan. Your job can't be your plan because it's not yours. You can't, the company that you work for, they can't offer you anything but a paycheck. That's it. You're selling time. You can sell time to anybody, and you can spend your time sowing seeds to grow something more fruitful in the future, opposed to you sitting on the clock, wasting your life away. That's why I can't understand when somebody says that, yo, I am going to spend my day off working. And I tell them that I can't do that because I got more important things to do. So I feel sorry for you guys who have overtime on Thursday, but I'm not coming. Your leader will not be in.
And we gonna drop the mic on that.
Ow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome.
I should have turned it off first.
We are signing out.
Peace, love y'all. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Totals.
Peace, love y'all. See y'all next week.